You might have heard that Donald J. Trump had another close encounter. He keeps on talking. You know what? He keeps fucking around and finding out. So, but we'll see how this pans out. This is an interesting one because do you get to put someone in jail for a thought crime, or is it just a guy who had weapons in America? You're allowed to have guns.
Approached the outside perimeter, gave all indications that he belonged there, that he was a participant that was allowed to get into VIP and to and a press corps, and so he was allowed through that outer perimeter. As he got to the inside perimeter, where deputies were conducting obviously a more thorough evaluation of the vehicles that were coming in, there were many irregularities that popped up. The deputy noticed that the interior of the vehicle was in quite disarray. The vehicle had a
Wow, keep your cars clean. Keep your cars clean. Do not allow your vehicle to appear in disarray, or else the Secret Service is gonna come and get you. They're gonna be like, "Hey, you got any guns in here? You got any guns in here? This vehicle seems to be in disarray, and we live in California. We like to keep our cars clean."
an obviously fake license plate.
Obviously fake. The guy just phoned it in, man. I mean, this guy was obviously inept, but it would be so horrible if something happened in California. God damn. I've got RFK. Imagine RFK Jr. He's like, Donnie, don't go to California. I mean, his dad was killed in Los Angeles as a presidential candidate. That was just horrible. So I mean, ooh, I'm so glad something did not happen. Something did not happen in California. They caught the guy as he was approaching, but he had press passes. It was all fake. He had a bunch of fake. Who knows how close he would have gotten.
And that prompted further investigation from our deputy into why the person was there, and
Way to go, California Riverside County Sheriff's Department.
what he was doing. During that investigation, the deputy eventually found multiple passports with multiple names, multiple driver's license with different.
This guy had it all. He was like he's like a wannabe Tom Cruise. He's got all these different passports. He thinks he's Jason Bourne.
Different names. The vehicle was unregistered, and the license plate was what we in law enforcement would recognize as one that is homemade and indicative of a group of individuals that claim to be sovereign citizens. And assuming the deputy assumes that he would.
Sovereign citizens. Oh man, see, that is very important. These sovereign citizen types, they're conservatives. They're the ultra far right wing. I keep on trying to tell you that the dudes trying to kill this dude are his dudes. They're people waking up in the cult being like, this has got to stop. It's people who wake up in the middle of the Kool-Aid handout and they're like, wait a second, we're doing what? That's what this is. Over and over and over again. The guy in Butler, he was a trans person who was a conservative. That trans person who was a conservative got told over and over and over again that he's not a good person because he's trans. Well, time to shoot that guy. The other guy was a conservative who hated Donald Trump because of his position on the Ukraine. A conservative who was disillusioned by the cult. This guy is a sovereign citizen. That's all. Those guys are constantly. They think that the government isn't real and the IRS is illegal and that that they don't have to participate. They make their own license plates and stuff like that. It's just these guys. They're scary. They're a scary bunch of dudes.
That he was part of that identifying group. So during the investigation, obviously those
sovereign citizen people, man, they don't want to have birth certificates. They don't want to have social security numbers. They want to have zero interaction with the rest of society. It's very, very interesting that he was a member of the sovereigns.
identification documents were found, in addition to a loaded handgun and a shotgun. What do
you think he was going to do with a loaded handgun and a shotgun? Get that close? I mean, you think the press is getting that He thought that he was going to get that far in with all of his. It seems weird to me.
Do know is he showed up with multiple passports with different names, an unregistered vehicle with fake license plate, and loaded firearms.
All right, as we just told you,
Loaded firearms. Well, there you go. So was it assassination attempt? We'll see. I'm guessing this guy's gonna see some real time though. It's kind of hard though, because this guy, he's gonna say, well, it's my right in this country to own a gun. You have no jurisdiction over me. I'm a sovereign citizen. What difference does it make if I have a bunch of passports and everything else? Like, what are you gonna do about it, officer? What are you gonna do about it, copper? Well, they're going to put him in jail because of his proximity to the president. They caught him about a mile away from old DJT. So we'll see what happens. What do you think? Leave in the tell me in the comments if you think that this was an assassination attempt, and also let me know, why do you think all these conservatives want to kill him? Why does that keep happening? I don't want to see this guy dead. I want to see him tried. I want to see him not get elected. I want the people to speak up against tyranny and authoritarianism, because if they don't, then they deserve an authoritarian. The people deserve an authoritarian if that's who they deserve. They deserve World War III if they want to keep voting in right-wing authoritarian types. But what I really want to see is not allowing him back, not allowing him a second at bat, because he totally flubbed the first one, and then try him for his crimes. I love trials. I love watching them frog walk perps into the trial, making them answer questions, making them sit through everyone else answering. Because we have the Fifth Amendment, you don't have to answer questions about yourself, but you have to sit through everyone else answering questions about you. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see. I hate the fact that people try to assassinate anybody. I hate the fact that Osama bin Laden was assassinated. Capture him, frog walk him into a court, and let's talk about this. Let's talk about why this happened. I think sunlight is the best disinfectant. How can we expect to not repeat the mistakes of the past if we're not going to bring them all to light, make them all public knowledge, and all talk and have a conversation about this as a civilization? How can we ever expect to move forward? How can we ever expect to learn from our mistakes if we're just going to pop the heads off of the ones that we disagree with? I completely disagree with any assassination attempts or any form of violence, really. But I think it robs the people of their agency, and I don't think robbing the people of their agency is beneficial to anybody. If you assassinate a person who is running for office, it takes away all of our chances. That means that you know better than the American people. You think of the egotistical mindset. You know better than all the rest of us. Well, that's not how this works. So, Bartleby, leave a comment. Let me know why you think conservatives keep on trying to kill Trump, and whether or not you think that this was a real assassination attempt. Thank you for being here, Bartleby. Oh, Bartleby. Oh, humanity.